In Hindi, there is a phrase called Bhai bin Preet na hoye. It means that you can't have good relations with someone until they fear a part of your existence. Though it is not always true in personal relations, but the phrase is remarkably true in geopolitics. Hi and welcome to TFI English, the national socio-political analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I am your host Piyush, and if you are watching us on Facebook, give our page a like, and if you are watching us on YouTube, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Coming back to the story, in this video I am here to tell you how Indian government is using offense as its best defense. India will soon be having another strategic arm in its military arsenal. According to Bharat Karnat, senior fellow in National Security Studies at the Center for Policy Research, Indian Air Force will soon buy strategic bombers from Russia. His interactions with Air Chief Marshal Arup Raha, former Chief of Air Force, suggests that PM Modi is keen to acquire advanced and upgraded version of the Tu-160 Blackjack called the White Swan. It is also a distinct possibility that the strategic bomber India will receive is capable of carrying nuclear warheads. Tupolev Tu-160 is the best of the lot in strategic bomber category. It is strikingly different from fighter bombers which Indian Air Force currently possesses. Fighter bombers or tactical bombers have lesser range and payload compared to strategic ones. Fighter bombers are mainly deployed to kill enemies on the battlefield. Rockets and guided missiles also serve similar purposes. On the other hand, strategic bombers have abilities to destroy cities, factories and other strategic assets. They contain heavier weapon loads like long-range cruise missiles and nuclear bombs. They are designed to operate on intercontinental ranges. Tu-160 came into operation in 1987 and is one of the few supersonic strategic bombers. It can fly at a speed of 2200 km per hour. Its cruise speed is 960 km per hour. The reason why it can carry out intercontinental operations is because of its battle radius, which is 7300 km. If its tanks are full, the bomber can fly for up to 12,300 km. The bomber has proven its capacity in the past with its deployment in showing support for Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro in 2008. At that time, Obama was tightening his noose on Venezuela and the Russian Air Force maneuvered the bomber in order to show solidarity with Nicolas. In 2010, it flew for 23 straight hours covering 18,000 kilometers. Tu-160 has been widely used in the Ukraine war by Russia. But its high cost and high maintenance is the reason why various experts are against its acquisition. Currently, only 3 countries, namely US, Russia, China, have dared to keep these expensive but extremely useful arms in their arsenal. US spends nearly $100 billion just for producing its bombers. Additionally, these bombers need to be deployed for much longer durations in order to deliver sufficient deterrence to enemies. China, in case of India. Experts also fear that buying it will open the gate for CAATSA sanctions on India. However, cost-benefit analysis suggests that India should acquire them as soon as possible. China has it, and it is highly unlikely that it would not be using its capacity to threaten India. Just last year, China gave a glimpse of what it is thinking of doing with Xi'an H-20, its own version of sophisticated fighter bomber. In November 2021, South China Morning Post reported that to celebrate its 72 years of foundation, Chinese Air Force deployed H-6K bombers to its borders with India. H-6K has a combat range of 3,500 km. As a diplomatic cover, Chinese had armed the bomber with short-range KD-63 missiles. But it is common knowledge that it is able to carry the long-range CJ-20 cruise missiles. The bomber is now controlled by Western Theater Command of Chinese Air Force. This particular command is responsible for Chinese operations among China-occupied Tibet and Xinjiang regions close to Indian borders. India has more to worry about borders than any CAATSA-type unilateral move. Simply put, Chinese can fly their bombers anytime and anywhere near Indian borders. Naturally, the threat is imminent. To counter it, India needs to fly similar bombers as well. After all, the development of nuclear capacity by various rivals is the reason why Hiroshima and Nagasaki type disasters have not happened from the last 7 decades. If Japan had nuclear weapons, Americans would not have dared to drop little boy and fat man on Japanese soil. In modern day and age, the ability to destroy enemies' weapons by tactical bombers in war zones is not enough. We need to have abilities to destroy weapon manufacturing factories as well. Only strategic bombers can do that at the current juncture of time.